didn't say he has to do any accusing, nor we would do that, but I'm saying is, let's worry. If you watch what happened to Devin, Devin just came out and said the damage is done after the fight. You can never go and repair that. So let's be cautious, let's be prepared, and at the very least, join 365 VADA, 365 drug testing like Devin is doing.
Bill Haney just dropped a bold warning to Crawford ahead of his fight with Canelo, a chilling reminder of what can happen when you're not fully prepared at this level. And then, Haney dropped a line that added weight to everything said before. He stated, "Canelo is big," and shout out to Crawford stepping up, but does Crawford have to be worried about more things than just boxing? Absolutely. This wasn't just a compliment. It was a quiet alarm. Haney didn't say much, but what he implied said everything. In fights like this, the real danger isn't always in the punches thrown. It's in the things fans don't see, the part of boxing that happens off camera, and Crawford may be walking straight into it. Even Canelo also didn't hold back, and sent a clear warning to Crawford. He made it known that what he did to Saunders might just happen again.
Yeah, you watch Saunders fight, right?
Which one? The Saunders, oh.
He pissed me off.
Orbital.
He pissed me off,
Yeah.
so it's gonna be almost the same.
It's gonna be bad.
Yeah, very
Yeah?
bad.
Oh, wow, okay.
This wasn't just talk. Canelo's mindset is locked in. The way he referenced that fight shows he's carrying that same aggression into this one. There's a different kind of danger when Canelo fights with emotion and memory. He's not just coming to box, he's coming to break down, and Crawford might be walking into the most fired up version of Canelo we've seen in years. He didn't just make bold claims, he's putting in the work behind the scenes. Canelo's preparation shows he's dead serious about what's coming. Every punch, every drill, every round is building toward one goal: domination. This isn't casual training. It's calculated, intense, and personal. Canelo knows who he's up against, and he's sharpening every weapon for it. He's not underestimating Crawford. He's preparing to overwhelm him, and if this energy carries into fight night, we could be witnessing a war. Even Joe Rogan couldn't ignore one of Canelo's most brutal tactics. He pointed out something most fighters don't expect until it's too late.
Canelo has such unique skills, and one of the weird things that he does that very few people since Rocky Marciano does is he punches your arms.
Yes.
He brutalizes your arms.
This isn't just strategy, it's psychological and physical warfare. Canelo breaks down his opponents piece by piece, not just with headshots, but by targeting the body in ways that linger. Fighters walk in thinking it's just another boxing match, until they can't lift their arms. That kind of punishment wears on you fast, especially in later rounds. If Crawford isn't ready for this kind of pressure, it won't just be a test of skill. It'll be a test of survival. Bob Arum didn't hold back either. He broke down something rare about Canelo. It's not his power or speed this time, but something far more intimidating.
It's another brilliant guy. He has the greatest punch resistance in the sport. You know, we talked about it earlier. One knockout in the whole career.
Knockdown.
And
yeah.
It wasn't a knockdown. And it wasn't really a knockdown in my personal view. So, because he didn't touch the canvas. He's never been on the canvas, and we call it chin, and I think that we kind of missed the point by calling it chin.
This is what separates Canelo from almost everyone in the sport. It's not just how hard he hits, it's how hard he is to hurt. You can land clean, you can land heavy, but he keeps moving forward like nothing touched him. When a fighter's will is backed by that kind of resistance, it becomes a nightmare to deal with, and for someone like Crawford, that unshakable durability could be the hardest puzzle to solve. And just when you think you've seen everything about Canelo, Bob Arum reveals something unexpected. It's a part of his routine that explains why his discipline runs deeper than most fighters.
Watch him train at the equestrian center, where he would go to the equestrian center in the morning and do 2.5 hours of hunter-jumper riding before going to his gym in the afternoon to do 3.5 hours of boxing training.
This isn't just about strength, it's about control, balance, and mental focus. Training like this builds instincts most fighters don't even think to develop. It's why Canelo moves the way he does, why he fights with patience and precision. Every hour spent outside the ring feeds directly into how dangerous he is inside it, and heading into the Crawford fight, it's clear. He's preparing on levels others don't reach. But Arum didn't just mention the training, he explained why it's second nature to Canelo. What he revealed shows how Canelo's control and balance were built long before he entered the ring.
What if the
Because
horse falls?
he was riding horses since he was a little kid. He was skilled enough to do it. You controlled the height of the jumps. You say set the jumps at 36 inches or 40 inches. You know what the horse can do. It's all about staying on the horse.
This isn't just conditioning, it's a lifetime of discipline shaping every move. The way Canelo commands his footwork, stays grounded under pressure, and keeps calm in chaos. It all connects back. Learning to control a powerful animal from a young age gave him a mental edge that fighters can't copy in a camp. It's why his poise never breaks, even when the pace picks up or the crowd gets loud. Heading into the fight with Crawford, that kind of composure could be his most dangerous weapon. On the other side, Crawford isn't the type to be intimidated. He respects Canelo's resume, but he's not buying into the hype without calling out the truth.
Canelo got a great resume. You know, I'm not going to take it away from him. He's fought a lot of great champions, but, you know, at the age that he fought him in, you know, you know, they was already on a decline, some of them, you know, and when he didn't, you know, you see what happened. You know, he fought Laura, you know, and I thought Laura beat him. You know, he fought, you know, Mayweather. You see what happened. He fought Bivol when he went up and tried to be great like I'm doing, and you know he came up short. You know, when he fought my boy from Texas, you know, they gave him problems, but you know it is what it is. I got the style, I got the skills, I got the heart. And I'm not going to sit around and, you know, play no games with Canelo, you know, because he's not going to play no games with me. And it's going to be a good fight. And I'm excited. I'm excited.
Crawford's words aren't just confidence, they're calculated. He's studied Canelo, seen the patterns, and knows exactly where the holes are. This isn't a fighter chasing a payday. It's a man with a plan and something to prove. He's not looking for respect, he's coming to take it. And if Canelo thinks this will be another walkover, he might be in for a long night. The way Crawford breaks it down, you can tell he's not just talking, he believes every word. There's a storm coming, and both men know only one can walk out untouched. But it's not all talk with Crawford. While the spotlight's on the hype, behind the scenes, he's grinding like a man possessed. You can see the intensity in every jab, the precision in every move. This isn't casual prep. He's sharpening the tools for war, not just showing up for a payday. Each session reflects discipline, hunger, and that deep desire to shock the world. It's the kind of focused training that separates the greats from the legends. If Canelo's camp isn't watching closely, they might just be underestimating a problem they can't handle. Even Tony Harrison, a seasoned fighter himself, couldn't hide his respect for what's unfolding. He spoke with raw honesty about the risk, the courage, and what this moment truly means.
It's a dangerous fight. It's a super dangerous fight. Yeah. And like I said, my answer to that was my skin color, because I'm always riding for my people. I know. I'm riding for my people through thick in and thick out. Mm-hmm. But realistically, super fucking tough. It's a super fucking tough fight. But I like that the best fighter that I think in my generation is daring to be great. You know, against the greatest there is to be great again. You know what I'm saying? Moving up, skipping a weight class, going into another weight class to fight the very best. My man, kudos to him. I love it. That's what being a fighter is about. Yeah. Taking those kind of chances. So. Yeah.
He's been through the grind, so when he calls it super dangerous, it hits differently. This isn't just a test of skill, it's a test of will, pride, and legacy. Crawford is jumping divisions and diving headfirst into the lion's den, and instead of hyping it up with bold claims, he's letting his actions do the talking. When real fighters salute a move like this, the world should pay attention, because moments like these separate the good from the legendary, the kind that live forever in the history. But Harrison didn't just hype it up, he broke it down with pure fight IQ. He hinted at something deeper. This may be the perfect time to take the shot.
But facts is facts. He got his hands full. But when it comes down to timing, I think the time is right. If you was gonna do it, now is the time to do it because Canelo is slowing down. He doesn't throw as many combinations as he used to. He's definitely still durable. So I don't think Canelo is going, Crawford is going in there trying to stop Canelo because that would be idiotic.
He's not wrong. Timing in boxing is everything, and if there's ever been a window where Canelo's armor might be just slightly cracked, it's now. Fewer combos, signs of wear, and yet the danger is still very much alive. That's what makes this clash so electric. It's not a walkover, it's a calculated gamble. Crawford isn't coming in recklessly. He's coming in sharp, aware, and hungry. And just when you think it's all about power, Harrison throws a sharp jab of perspective. He brings up a fight from the past, one that still echoes in boxing history.
Canelo couldn't catch Mayweather when he was 35 or 30, whatever old Mayweather was. Canelo's feet didn't do nothing but get worse. They didn't get better. So if I'm Crawford, I'm going in there with that same kind of game plan.
That Mayweather-Canelo reference isn't random, it's a blueprint, a reminder that speed, footwork, and timing can break through brute strength. Crawford, like Floyd, thrives in making opponents miss and pay, and if Canelo's movement has slowed, even by a fraction, it could be costly. This isn't just strategy, it's precision warfare, and Harrison sees the opening. Crawford doesn't need to overpower Canelo, he just needs to outthink him. And with the right game plan, history might just repeat itself, with a new name. Meanwhile, some analysts aren't buying the comparisons to Mayweather versus Canelo. They think this fight has its own unique rhythm, a different kind of danger.
I think it's totally different. I think, Canelo was only 23, was very young. I think this fight's gonna be great. I do see Crawford maybe pulling it off because he's got good footwork, good speed, but I don't think they're close. I don't similarize those two fights, Canelo and Floyd. I think they're just different styles. I mean, Floyd and Crawford.
Robert Garcia steps in with a seasoned perspective, separating hype from reality. He points out that Canelo isn't the same fighter he was in his early 20s. He's smarter, stronger, and more calculated. And while Crawford brings speed and precision, Robert doesn't lump him in with Floyd. This isn't about copying old blueprints, it's about writing a new one in real time. The clash of styles could turn this into a matchup unlike anything we've seen before. Lonnie B didn't mince words at the debate over Mayweather comparisons, bringing out raw, unfiltered opinions. And Lonnie, a former pro and Mayweather sparring partner, made sure his stance was loud and clear.
I think that's, if Canelo said that, Canelo's punch drunk. To say that Crawford, I don't care what version of Crawford we get, he's not better than Floyd Mayweather. Floyd is special in his own right. I don't think he's the greatest, but I definitely think he's top 5, top 6. You know what I'm saying? Floyd was special, man. Floyd had that it factor. Crawford is good too, but in my personal opinion, Crawford just don't have that sizzle. You know what I'm saying? I think he's been matched right in his career. But Crawford is a dog. He know how to get the job done. But I would never say he's better than Floyd Mayweather. Absolutely not.
He saw too many people throwing around Mayweather's name lightly. To him, that kind of greatness isn't something you casually compare. Lonnie acknowledged that Crawford is a dog, skilled and determined. But Floyd was special. He had that sizzle, that it factor, that made him stand out even among legends. In Lonnie's words, Floyd might not be the undisputed GOAT, but he's easily top 5 or 6. And Bud just isn't in that lane. But just when you think the experts are split along predictable lines, Fernando Vargas adds his own flavor. He doesn't break it down with numbers. He paints an almost cartoonish picture, but eerily spot on.
I just think, in my opinion, we're gonna see a Tom and Jerry, brother. That's all. Tom and Jerry. We're gonna see a Tom and Jerry. What? Crawford's a little guy, man. My respect. Crawford's a hell of a fighter.
Amazing. He can fight in any generation in his respective weight class.
For a reason. But you think he's gonna stay in bed with Canelo? I don't think so. He's gonna try to win the fight, bro. I'm gonna do it.
What does Tom and Jerry mean, Fernando?
Tom and Jerry is that you're gonna be running, well, what you should is not running, it's boxing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I love both of those fighters. I think Canelo's a hell of a fighter, and so is Crawford, and so But, you know, of course, you got to go with Russ. You got to have your, you know, your favorite. Canelo's a hell of a fighter.
With a grin, Vargas throws in a Tom and Jerry reference, not to mock, but to illustrate the chase he sees coming. He believes Crawford will play the smart, elusive fighter, poking and moving, making Canelo work for every inch. And while he respects both warriors, Vargas isn't afraid to admit where his loyalty lies. There's admiration for skill, but also an old school pride in raw Mexican power. He's not just calling a fight, he's calling out the rhythm of it. But just when the conversation seems to settle into respectful analysis, Lonnie B drops another angle. One that throws a shadow of doubt over Crawford's leap to 168. He doesn't just talk skills, he pulls from past performances, digging into the kind of trouble that could quietly resurface.
So here's the thing, right? I think Crawford is good, but if you look at his fight with what's his name? Matrinov? Yeah. I'm sorry, Matrinov at 154. Like, he gave him trouble. Like, you know what I'm saying? He gave him trouble. I think he's going up 2 different weight classes. I think Crawford's an excellent boxer, but I think his heart is too big sometimes. I think if he get in a slugging match with Canelo, it's going to go bad for him. But I can see him, this is how I think the fight going to go, and I could be wrong. I can see him outboxing Canelo for about 5-6 rounds.
It's not the usual trash talk. It's concern wrapped in experience. Lonnie points to a moment in Crawford's career that many overlook, a fight where size and pressure tested him hard. He sees the same danger multiplied when facing someone like Canelo, who hits with purpose and cuts the ring with intelligence. For Lonnie, it's not just about Crawford's talent, it's about whether his instincts will betray him when the heat is on. If Crawford tries to stand and bang instead of box, Lonnie hints this might not end in a decision. It could end in disaster. Just when you think Lonnie B was done, he throws in another gem, a technical concern that most fans overlook. It's not about skill this time, it's about the toll on the body.
Only thing I'm worried about is those last rounds. After 6, when Canelo start hitting him on the shoulders and the hips. Because you can go up in weight, but when you used to fighting out a smaller weight, putting all that weight can make you tired. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he took a tune-up at 168. You know, it's like he went for the juggler at 168.
This isn't flashy talk. This is real boxing knowledge. Lonnie zeroes in on the hidden war, body shots, weight fatigue, and wear and tear over time. It's the part of the fight that happens quietly, not in knockouts, but in inches lost. And for someone jumping 2 weight classes, every extra pound matters. As fans debate who's faster or sharper, Lonnie's warning reminds us, in the later rounds, it's the grind that breaks you, not the flash. Lonnie B wasn't done laying down the facts. He took it a step further, bringing in names and size comparisons that hit hard. This next take might rattle Crawford fans a bit.
You know what I'm saying? So I think as the rounds go on, I think it can get bad for Crawford because Canelo can punch. He's used to fighting bigger bodies. Caleb's a big guy. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's a bum, Berlanga, but Berlanga's a big guy. So with Crawford it being a blown up 68, you know, I think I'm leaning more towards Canelo to win.
Lonnie shifts focus to size and durability, 2 things often overlooked when hyping up a slick fighter like Crawford. He mentions how Canelo has been in with naturally bigger guys who can take punishment and dish it back. And when you contrast that with Crawford's frame at 168, the concern is real. The deeper the fight goes, the more those weight gaps show. It's not about speed anymore. It's about surviving a bigger man's war. Even after all the power talk, not everyone's betting against the slick technician. One former champion still sees Crawford pulling it off with skill over strength. He stated, I still think Crawford's going to win. Yeah, I think Serra's going to box him. In this short but bold prediction, Mikey Garcia doesn't flinch. He acknowledges the challenge but leans on Crawford's elite boxing IQ. It's not always about muscle. Sometimes it's about movement, timing, and knowing how to take a storm apart piece by piece. Mikey's words add a new layer to the conversation. one that reminds fans that even giants can be outboxed. As this fight approaches, the real question becomes, can skill truly beat size when the pressure is on? While many point to size and power, others keep circling back to what truly wins fights: preparation and pure ring intelligence. And that's exactly where Mikey Garcia puts his focus. He stated he's been training. You got the skill level of IQ. Mikey isn't dazzled by weight classes or knockout reels. He sees the quiet grind behind the scenes, the road work, the sparring, the mental edge. Crawford's discipline and fight IQ are what Mikey believes could tip the scales. In a clash where one punch can change everything, Mikey bets on the guy who knows how to avoid that punch entirely. It's a reminder that brute force may start the war, but sharp minds often finish it. But when it comes to experience, few can speak on both fighters like Daniel Jacobs can. He's shared the ring with Canelo and witnessed Crawford's rise firsthand, and what he shared carries weight.
Well, I didn't have time in sparring, but I had at least over 15 years of knowing him, amateur, professional. I've seen where he started. I've seen how he's gotten better over time, but I also just know what resides in him. He's a dog, he's a beast. And he's out to prove something too, so.
Jacobs doesn't just rely on headlines or highlight reels. He's watched Crawford evolve from the ground up, from amateur spark to professional fire. More than skills, what stood out to him was the hunger, that deep inner fire that doesn't show up on stat sheets, but decides who walks out with their hand raised. Having fought Canelo, Jacobs knows what kind of mountain Crawford is up against, and still, he senses something dangerous brewing. This isn't just another fight, it's a statement waiting to be made. Daniel Jacobs' opinion hits differently. He knows what it takes to be great and what it takes to beat greatness.
I'm excited about this fight. Canelo obviously is self-explanatory. There's really no need to go down the rabbit hole when it comes to him. But I do see this being as a 50-50 fight. But if I was a betting man, I would bet on Crawford. But also, too, you can't count Canelo out. I mean, would go in, I'm assuming, as the favorite.
Jacobs doesn't shy away from calling it a razor-close matchup. On one side, you've got Canelo, a proven force with power, precision, and presence. On the other hand, Crawford, sharp, calculated, and rising with something to prove. At the end of the day, this fight isn't just about belts or legacy. It's about pride, power, and proving who really runs the game. Both Canelo and Crawford have earned their spots at the top, but only one can walk away with the win. From sparring stories to insider predictions, everyone has an opinion, but the ring tells the final truth. This is going to be one of the most exciting matchups in recent years. Crawford's IQ and timing are unreal, but Canelo's experience and toughness can never be counted out. It's the classic clash of skill versus strength, hunger versus dominance. No matter who wins, we're in for a war. What do you think? Who has the edge? The calm and calculated Crawford or the powerful and proven Canelo? Do you agree with the fighters' predictions or do you see it going the other way? And what moment do you think will decide the fight? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. We'd love to hear your take. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and tune in for more videos like this. Breakdowns, predictions, and all the action from the fight world right here.